Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Wednesday, August 26th, and I am joined tonight by Matt Schoolfield at schools_01 and Boomy at Boomy TCF. You can follow me, Zach Lilia, on Twitter at ZLilia TCF. Main page is at typical_Chicago on Twitter. Go over to Instagram, type in Typical Chicago Fans, and follow us on there. And go do the same thing on Facebook and give us a like. Like I said, we put all of our content on all those social medias. Go over to YouTube. We are trying to get to 100. I don't know if we're still stuck at 69 or not, but we were at 69 about, I think, 2 days ago. But go over, type in Typical Chicago Fans, subscribe to the Typical Chicago Fans YouTube page. We put all of our morning shows, podcasts, food reviews, candy reviews, all that goes on to.
We got to 70.
70. There we go. We're at 70. So we need 30 more to hit our goal, our little short-term goal here at Typical Chicago Fans of 100 subscribers. But also, if you get your podcast from, if it's Apple, subscribe, rate, review to Typical Chicago Fans. If it's Spotify, follow us on there. If it's Spreaker, shout out to Boomy's uncles that follow us on there. And then also, is it Google Play? You said we're also on. I think we're
Google
on all
Podcasts.
Google Podcasts. So kind of wherever you get your podcast from, we should be able to find. You should be able to find Typical Chicago Fans on there. Shout out to our sponsor, 26shirts.com Chicago. Boomy has one of their shirts on tonight, looking good. What is that, Boomy?
This is Mascot Days.
I love it.
So it's got all of the major Chicago mascots, little profile pics, their mugshot looking shirts. So, yeah, it's super comfortable, man. I literally feel like I'm not wearing a shirt. I can't even describe it. These are the most comfortable shirts I own, and I own probably like 250 shirts. I'm not just blowing smoke. Like I said this back when they were with us.
Comfiest?
With Sports. They're amazing.
They're amazing. So if you want to go get a shirt just like Boomy's got on, go over to 26shirts.com Chicago. And at checkout, type in Typical Chicago Fans in all caps. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans in all caps. And you get 15% off of your purchase. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans in all caps. 15% off of your purchase. That is 26shirts.com Chicago. Shout out to them. Follow them on all social medias. Boys, how are we doing tonight?
Doing great, man. Can't complain.
Can't complain.
Start real work back tomorrow.
It's hot. It's hot, but we were talking before the show. It's going to cool off, so we got a few more days of hot, but we got some cool days to look forward to. We're hoping this is the last little bit of summer, at least for the heat. The heat has been kind of sucky the last 2 days. Matty, how you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. There's sports on again, so another day of something else, something to watch on TV,
Boys, isn't
get
it
some
crazy?
action on at least.
Just about a month or so ago, maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. We had no sports, and now we got all this.
I'm not going to lie. I'm
baseball.
enjoying it every day, almost,
yeah.
nearly every day.
It's one of those things, you can't take it for granted now. We know it actually could go away. It was always a joke before, and it actually did go away for a little bit.
Working from home, I'll throw it on during the day in the background, throw a game on, whatever, and then, whether it's baseball now, mostly, since the NBA and NHL looks like they're pretty much done with the daytime games at this point in their schedules, but, at least still got baseball playing a lot of day games and stuff, and, it's making the best of this messed up world we're in, I guess.
Well, speaking of baseball, boys, Lucas Giolito throws a no-hitter tonight for the White Sox against the Pirates. They wound up winning 4-0 in that game. The first no-hitter of 2020. I thought maybe there'd be a few more.
Especially with the 7-inning games.
Yeah, because the 7-8. Well, that too, and just like offenses maybe getting off to a weird start. But this is the first no-hitter of 2020, and I think it's his first no-hitter of his career, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah.
His first, and I think they said the 19th in White Sox history, first since Phil Humber or whatever his name was back in 2012.
He's been the ace of this team. This kind of solidifies that he is they're building around him in the rotation. He, like I said, stepped up a lot last year. as a pitcher, as a teammate, as a leader in that locker room. You
13
could tell.
strikeouts tonight.
13 strikeouts. That's amazing.
That's feeling
amazing night. It's got to be weird. It's like I said, the first no-hitter with no fans too. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit different. But White Sox, they keep it moving. They win again, and their offense stays
Game and a half out.
What?
Game and a half out of first place
Game and a half
right now.
out of first place.
7 out of 8.
They are trending.
Absolutely murdering the ball still, too.
Yeah, they're trending in the right
that
direction
machine has
right now.
not stopped.
No, I mean, that offense is, it's going to be good, but they are proving that in the last about 10 games or so. So
they're also getting more and more fucking hateable, too. I'm going to throw that out there.
Well, but if you think about it, if you're a White Sox fan, you should like that because the more they're hateable, the more they're doing good.
I love when my team's hateable. No question asked.
Yeah.
I love it. That's the best.
No one hates a loser.
Yeah.
But
But
if you have to create that guy by kind of being a junkyard dog, I don't hate it. Like, I respect their fans for doing it. I'm not saying their fans are doing anything wrong, but they're definitely taking on that junkyard mentality right now.
I wish we could have that mentality right now because, boys, let's get into it. I know Matt's got some stuff. The Cubs' offensive troubles happens again. I don't know what's going on. They score 1 run against a not very good Tigers team. They finally the other night on what was that? Was it Monday night? They had at least a little bit of a breakout of offense. They had like 3 home runs in there, but it just
They can't have these off nights. You want to be,
Chatwood, that was not good by Chatwood. Walking a lot of guys there, kind of going back to his old ways in a little bit.
Yeah.
But you don't know how the injury's going and how he's getting back into it. But that was not also a very good start by Chatwood either. We were kind of hoping we could.
Quintana didn't look great either when he came in.
No, the 2 guys we talked about yesterday on the show came back and not a very good performance by either of them. So that's not very helpful.
And you see it. It's you can't bring it up because it was the right trade to make at the time anyway. But you see just Eloy just hitting absolute missiles. Dylan Cease is throwing 98 on the black. Just absolutely blowing Cubs down. It sucks.
It doesn't.
I'm not gonna kid it. I'm not gonna kid anybody. It fucking sucks.
Oh, it
and it was the right. It was the right trade to make.
Right now.
It blows though. It blows.
Because you said you see this Quintana trying to come back but still struggling, and I don't know.
What's more frustrating though is this lineup. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
This is a lot of names and a lot of hype and a lot of lack of production.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of.
You know what? Bottom line, Ian Happ's the only guy that's producing above what he should be.
You know what I'm also thinking? This is a lot of guys who are in years where they're trying to get new contracts and they are not proving themselves in a good way. We talked all
4 hits.
All we talked about
It's
all
4
offseason
hits.
was
Detroit's not a
we gotta
good
sign
team.
these guys. We gotta sign these guys. We gotta sign these guys. Well, guess what? We gotta prove it year, and no one's proven anything.
Yeah.
You know what? It's all
You know what I mean?
hitter after hitter
just
after
aside
hitter. It's
from that,
bullshit. None of them are very good hitters right now. None of
And
them except Ian Happ.
I'm getting tired.
Ian Happ's
of
the
hearing
only guy that's
hitting the ball
well.
hard. Guess what? It's not working. Apparently, we're not hitting it to the right spot. I don't know how many times you can hit the ball hard. Like Rizzo, he's been hitting the ball hard, yes, but guess what? He's like 2 for 20 something.
It's maddening. It really is maddening.
And
There's way too much talent, and just year after year after year now, it's the same thing. It's been the same thing for the last few years. What was it? 2 years ago, they had 39 games where they scored 0 or 1 run. They led the league. I mean, this is bullshit. Like, come on. Like, if there's really all this talent, all this hype, and everybody thinks everybody should be extended, well, they got to start producing at some point. And they got to start being better. This is the bottom line. They've got to be better. Everybody's got to be better.
I love Javi. He had 2 home runs the other night, and it's great. But
He needs to be better.
Well. I mean,
He needs to stop playing off the slider up.
David Bodie might be your 3rd or 4th best hitter on the team right now.
David Bodie's probably been their best hitter.
Ian Happ and him are
probably
probably 1 and 2 right now.
And Victor Caratini. Like, those are 3 guys you can't expect production out of, and they've been your leading hitters. Like, what are we doing?
On the plus side, you got to assume. On the plus side, you have to assume at some point they're going to start bouncing back to the mean. And if guys start hitting a little bit better, this could be a much better team in the second half of the sprint.
like
which
you said,
they
Matt,
need to really pick it up, man. Nothing's given to them, and they don't have the pitching hasn't been what it was early on in the season either. So don't forget about that. You got Chatwood getting rocked, you got Quintana getting rocked.
Chatwood had one
Like,
good
so it's
start,
not like
and we were like, "Oh, here we go."
we got off the Cubs got off to the
lead,
start.
and the rest of the division stinks.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
the
lucky
Cubs got off to
stinks.
they got off to the start they did on the back of their starting pitching.
Yeah.
It wasn't on the back of their hitting.
Their first
now
5 games, I think Darvish
too.
was the only one that kind of didn't get a win.
It's Darvish and Hendricks,
And then
that's
now it's Darvish that is easily the ace of this team. I mean, he is filthy right now, absolutely filthy. And okay, we're gonna go into this too. Everyone wanted to talk about Darvish's contract or whatever. That is the least of our worries right now.
He's a bargain right now.
No
bargain
kidding.
right now.
He's the best pitcher in the National League right now.
I mean, he is
a bargain right now.
He's absolutely filthy right now. Kyle Hendricks doing pretty good. I mean, he's still struggling here and there, especially against the White Sox. Through some pitches that you kind of saw him in that exhibition game kind of struggle with there, and he knew it. But you always know he'll be back. The professor will always be there. And then John Lester, he had a game like John Lester's kind of gonna have, but who knows how many more games of that we could see this year.
Yeah, some of those guys at the back end of that rotation. I mean, you got to pick something up.
He's at the end of a very long contract.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not taking that away, but like at some point, if he's going to continue to be, in the rotation, like you got to produce something.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I mean, at some point, you can't just be like, we love John Lester. He's been a great pitcher for the Cubs. But because this, like I said, even when he signed the contract, people said that was a long contract for a pitcher in general. But now they're signing 9-year contracts now. But that was way before that.
Don't forget when we're talking contracts, a lot of people were really upset that the Cubs didn't give Arrieta the contract they gave Darvish.
Yeah, and he is struggling right now in Philadelphia.
So. Anyone that said that
Theo,
formal apology letter to Theo.
Theo was right on that one. Let's just put it that way.
Boys, we got to get right. We got to get right today. We got to get a good win. We need some. So, who's on the mound today?
John Lester.
Is it John Lester? Okay.
John Lester versus Michael Fulmer.
So is Quintana going to end up in the rotation at some point? Or are they going to leave him in the bullpen?
I think they're going to reevaluate at the end of the week.
Because they're just going to keep Alec Mills in there and Chatwood. And we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Alec Mills pitched well last night, though. Or 2 nights ago.
Yeah, he did.
He did. But like I said,
he's bound for a rough one it feels like every 3 he's bound for one he's going to get tagged up on.
Maybe he can find himself a little nice spot in this rotation. That'd be nice for the next few years. But
I'm not going to lie. The Sox are kicking ass right now, and the Cubs not, and it sucks.
It doesn't help.
Like they're a machine. The Cubs are not, and it's very, very frustrating.
Yeah,
But the Cardinals lost to the Royals today.
Like I said, good thing our division kind of stinks right now, too.
Yeah.
Lucky for that.
It's a big help.
But let's move on. NBA playoff talk. Apparently.
Yo, did you guys see Murray's play in that freaking Nuggets game? I was watching that live at the gym, and I literally, people were looking at me. I audibly was like, oh my God.
Good.
He just did that. That was insane.
There is a lot of young talent on this on the court for these two teams right now. I mean, it is unbelievable. It's awesome to watch.
It's a great series. But I would watch the best of 21 series with the Jazz and the Nuggets.
Unfortunately, though, the no afternoon games kind of stinks.
No.
But I think
tomorrow we get a 3:00 tip, or today anyway.
The Clippers are playing right now with the.
No, the Clippers just went final, 154 to 111.
That's what I thought.
They scored 154.
That was a beatdown.
That was
absolute beatdown.
Yeah, no Porzingis tonight or last night for the Mavericks. That couldn't have helped anything. But
I talked a lot of trash about Paul George with some people tonight, and he had 35. But
it's okay. One game.
I still don't like the guy.
Still got to prove it more in the playoffs. What are some more series that are going on right now?
Lakers are going tonight to finish it up. They're up 3-1.
What are your thoughts on this Rockets Thunder series?
That's another great
that
series.
Would be this close? I understand. I found out last night Russell Westbrook had not played.
Yeah. If they have Russell Westbrook, I think you're talking about a completely different series.
But even at that,
here.
This Thunder team, it's Chris Paul. I mean, they got some decent players, but you still think that.
But it's typical Rockets, man. They literally don't play any defense.
Yeah,
like
they
whatsoever.
I gotta say, I like Schroeder, dude. That guy's good, man.
Yeah,
Good call.
He's really good.
Steven Adams is decent.
Like I said last night, they have a really nice mix of like having some veterans there that have done it with Chris Paul and Steven Adams, and like just these kind of young guys that like don't really know what they're doing. They're just kind of playing their minds. It's fun. They're fun to watch, and they're giving the Rockets all they can handle.
I would have to think that
I like Adams.
if I have a
I
free
do
bet
too.
for anyone watching the show, take the Lakers. I think they're going to end it here. I don't think it's going to be close. I think they want to get it over with. They were a little bit embarrassed by that first game, and I think that they've been taking care of business. So, I think free bet tonight.
I think you're right.
Z-Lo. I don't know if I would take that though, because I could have just. It's never. I've been.
It's a lot of points to cover.
I've been decent lately. The over in the playoffs have been going hard. They've been doing decent. They have been scoring a lot of points.
They scored 135 Monday night.
That bubble, I don't know if they just love the court or whatever, but like I said, 154 for the Clippers. Whoa.
Yeah, you get any game where a team sniffs anywhere near 150. Like, that's crazy because we were watching the Last Dance, and there was literally playoff games where the winning team scored half of that.
That's crazy.
Like, it's insane, man.
It is crazy. Like maybe that's just the lack of defense, or the offense just gets hot. I don't know.
I think we're in for a good series starting on Thursday. The Celtics-Raptors series tips off.
Yeah, because neither of those teams played those games were all pretty much blowouts for both of them. I think the Raptors are a team that they look good right now. They look very good right now. And the Celtics also look very good right now. And I think whoever comes out, I would have to think whoever comes out of this series is going to give the Bucks the biggest problem.
Absolutely. I don't foresee either the Pacers. The Heat giving the Bucks a whole lot of issues.
Unfortunately for the Celtics with Hayward out, that's just another guy that would be nice to have. But Jason Tatum, he has been playing unbelievable too in the bubble. Kemba, that team is it's clicking right now. But it'd be nice to see these two teams actually play some competitive games.
Yeah, it's like I've been saying for the last week and a half. I don't understand how people are like boycotting the NBA. It's just so fun to watch.
People, they have their ways.
Yep.
But
missing out. More for the rest of us.
Here we go, Matty. It's your NHL breakdown of the playoffs. I know you've been betting it like crazy. So let's hear it. How are the NHL playoffs doing since the Blackhawks have lost?
Oh, it's been entertaining as hell. There's just good. Every series that's going on, there's 4 of them going right now. That all of them are good. Tonight is it's Vancouver and Vegas playing. Excuse me, I should say last night's late. About 5 minutes left in that game, and it's 4-1 Vancouver. They're gonna tie that series up. So
and I literally last night.
Vegas, we just saw a beatdown of epic proportions by the Knights against our Hawks.
Yeah.
So Vancouver's hanging with them. They got smoked in the first game, and now they're kind of giving it back to Vegas tonight. But outside of that, the other series in the West too, man, is an absolute shootout. That's the Avs and Stars. That's been the best series in the playoffs so far, in my opinion. And it's Stars are up 2-0, and they just keep scoring, dude. No one can stop them. Their defensemen are scoring. They got, Joe Pavelski's like playing like he's 24 again.
I think Joe Pavelski still plays hockey.
Yeah,
dude,
that guy's he's. I
feel like that guy was playing hockey when I was in junior high.
Pretty sure he's tied for the goal lead in the bubble right now. So they got line after line after line of talent too. Tyler Seguin hasn't even done much yet either. He's they got a bunch of guys that are just kind of playing at the top
a little more out of Colorado.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I was expecting a little bit more out of Colorado. I know they've been in the games, but they haven't been super like.
Part of the thing with Colorado is they're loaded with offensive talent, and they beat a very, very mediocre Arizona team, and they looked really good doing it, the Coyotes. And, they got a reality check when they kind of saw a team that's got the depth that Dallas has. the goalie situation's weird because Ben Bishop is ruled unfit to play, and their backup Anton Kudobin played really, really well the other night. And so it's going to be interesting to see what happens there.
Do you think the Islanders are for real in the East?
No one's stopping them right now.
Yeah.
Barzal's a stud. They got Nick Leddy. That one stinks.
That one does.
They got nothing for him, and he's just that guy's he's a stud for him. And Philly's a young team. They got a lot of talent, but they're really young. Good defensive core. They're strong. They're always physical. You know that, but it's hard to discount. What they're doing. Earlier tonight too, or last night again, I keep was the Bruins, the Bruins and Lightning. Another good series there too. That was the line in that game was both of them were -110. If that tells you anything, how even they were.
Yeah.
Game goes into overtime. Lightning win it tonight. That series 1-1. So it's there's everything's popping in the NHL. They got the bubble figured out, man. They really do.
If you're not getting your everything you want out of the NBA playoffs, man, definitely tune into the NHL because I've even caught myself. Once the Blackhawks were usually out of it, I stopped watching hockey, but I have watched more in the bubble playoffs this year than I normally do. And it's been, like Matty said, a lot of the series are very good hockey teams, and it's been well worth tuning into.
I mean, we saw how good Vegas was, and like I said, they're getting smoked right now. And
kind of shows you how far away the Hawks are right now.
It really does. It's frustrating because you look at like Vancouver, they got a young defenseman. Quinn Hughes is he's probably going to win the Rookie of the Year. He's like a miniature. He's like a young Duncan Keith. It's crazy. You see so much Duncan Keith when you watch this kid play, and he's like 20.
That was a hell of an NHL playoff breakdown by Matty there. NHL Network, if you're listening right now.
Matty Pucks, right?
Matty Pucks. That's what we're going to call this section from now on.
Dropping the old NHL ESPN music. The dun, 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 dun.
Matty Pucks.
Actually, don't even put the NHL music. Just clip out Matty doing it right there and throw that in.
I am absolutely on fire tonight too, boys. I'm
happy for you, man. Sounds like you're just draining them over there.
Thank
Boomy.
Everything's open.
You got a wacky web story for us?
I sure do. Have you guys ever been to the Empire State Building in New York?
Nope.
Yeah, Matt?
No.
So I've been to New York a couple times. I hate New York. I think it's a dump. I think it's the trashiest city I've ever been in.
What happened outside Citi Field? We'll save that for the next episode.
Yeah, that's another story. But it's a dump of a town. And I never, like I said, I've been there a couple times. I've done a lot of the sightseeing stuff. I've never been in the Empire State Building. But after reading this, I have no desire to go. And that is because for the second day in a row, someone has attempted to bring a gun into the Empire State Building. Literally 2 days in a row. Some kid, 22-year-old kid from Louisiana, was busted at 8:45 p.m. on Tuesday when a gun was spotted in his backpack as it crossed a metal detector as he was attempting to enter the Empire State Building. Monday, around noon, an 18-year-old Wyoming woman was arrested trying to pass her 9mm through a security checkpoint. And I just don't know what's like why. I don't probably want to know why, but like it just blows my mind.
People are dumb.
You know you're gonna have to go through security at all these tourist traps, but you're gonna bring your 9mm with you. Like I don't get it. I just don't get it, and I want nothing to do with New York. It's a dump. I hate it. I'm over New York City forever.
TCF, we're not going to New York City.
New York's canceled.
Until they build a new baseball stadium, I'm not going back to New York.
Yeah, I like Mets Stadium. It's not bad, but it's like in the middle of
Beautiful
a
stadium.
giant parking lot.
I shouldn't even compare it because I actually liked Queens a lot, despite the car trouble I had there. But other than that, I enjoyed Queens. Queens was gritty.
I am Queens Boulevard.
But like Manhattan.
What show is that from, boys?
Queens Boulevard. That's Entourage.
Thank you. Anything post show?
I had something and I just lost it.
Come on.
A bonus wacky web story or no?
Well, I just know I got to stop buying things off of Mercari because I've bought like 4 pairs of shoes this week. I've bought like 6 basketball jerseys this summer. I need to stop shopping on Mercari. I bought a pair of softball cleats for next year today just because the deal was too damn good to pass up.
What is that?
Mercari, it's like a reselling app, and they ship everything to you. So like it's basically like, but you can barter with them. Like if they have something listed for like $50, you can say I'll give you 40 for it. And I've had really, really good luck on it. I've got a lot of jerseys out of it, and now I'm up to like 4 or 5 pairs of shoes. Hopefully, my wife doesn't listen to this episode, but I've got like more pairs of shoes coming in the mail, so I need to slow down.
Somebody else show up to the house, Chance.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But
by then it's too late. So
you got anything, Matty?
I don't think so. I think I talked too much tonight as it is.
Oh,
so.
no. Never.
Not at all.
Never.
I literally think that every time I get off the show, so don't feel alone.
Boom! Vancouver's a winner. There we go, boys.
How you doing?
Man, that's
win some money. Let's go. Winning money. That's how you like to end the show. Well, thank you to Matt Schoolfield at schools_01 and Boomy at Boomy TCF for joining me tonight. I am Zach Lilia. You can follow me at ZLilia TCF. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Go over to Instagram. Follow the Typical Chicago Fans Instagram page and go over to Facebook and like the Typical Chicago Fans Facebook page. Go over to YouTube. Type in Typical Chicago Fans and subscribe to the YouTube page. If you go over to Apple, please type in Typical Chicago Fans. Subscribe, rate, review. Go over to Spotify. Follow us on there. Spreaker, Boomy's Uncles. Thank you for following us on there. And wherever you think you can get your podcast from, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. We should be on there.
Hey, Zach, can I do a quick shout out here real quick?
Let's do a quick shout out, Boomy.
I forgot it in the after show. I put this on my Instagram story, but I just picked up, speaking of buying and selling things, I have spent way too much time on different social media apps over summer and found this guy calls himself American Arbitrage, and I got to give him a shout out. I was watching his live video, and he had mentioned that he had a 1996 Cubs team signed baseball. And I, messaged him about it. He was super cool about it, gave me a great price because I follow him on different, social media apps, and, was super awesome. And I got a very, very cool piece of Cubs memorabilia. 1996 was actually the first year I went to a Cubs game in Wrigley Field of my, own recognition. I went to opening day 96. So shout out to American Arbitrage on all social media. So go check him out.
That's cool. Like I said, had the Sammy Sosa signature on there. So that's cool. What is it again, Boomy?
American Arbitrage.
There we go. That shout out to our sponsor, 26shirts.com, Chicago. Boomy's got the shirt on right there. Go over there, buy some shirts, buy some hats, buy some flags. Go to checkout. Type in Typical Chicago Fans in all caps for 15% off of your purchase. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans in all caps for 15% off of your purchase. So shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. Follow them on all social medias. Thank you for all your support. And like I said, if you support us, please go out, buy some clothes from them, buy some shirts, and type in Typical Chicago Fans. You get a little bit of a deal. And you get to
help us out. It helps you out.
Yeah,
it's a win-win-win situation.
Win for everybody. Anything else, boys?
Let's have ourselves a Wednesday, boys.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
It's been the TCF Morning Show, Wednesday, August 26th. We love you all.
Peace.
See you.